A very good morning from Poole in Dorset. Now, I arrived here late last night on the ferry from Cherbourg, and it was dark when I was walking to my guest house. This is my guest house over here, by the way. But walking along the quayside and seeing all the boats, it looks absolutely fantastic. So now we've got some daylight and I've got a couple of free hours. Let's go for a wee explore of Poole. Enjoy the video. Now, thankfully this time, because I had accommodation last night, they're able to take my backpack, so it feels amazing not to have that heavy bag on my back. And it's a lovely sunny day, so let's enjoy it. There's a couple of reasons why I'm doing quite a chilled wee video today. Number one, I've had a couple of really big days with a lot of travel involved, a lot of hanging about. And number two, this isn't the only video I'm filming today, no. The toughest part of this whole trip is the next video, and that happens from about 3 o'clock this afternoon. I can't say I'm looking forward to it. In the next instalment, we'll start on some of those. Now, Poole's quite a big city. In fact, it's the second biggest in Dorset after its near neighbour Bournemouth. So I'm of course not going to show you all of the city, but we'll focus on the quayside because that's the stuff I like, you know. Ah, look, Newfoundland Drive. Memories. And out in front of me now I can see the water, and this body of water is quite significant. Aye, so stretching out beyond me here we've got Poole Harbour. Now, this is one of the biggest natural harbours anywhere in the world. In fact, I think it is the biggest in Europe. And across there we've got Brownsea Island. I've kind of always wanted to go there. I was actually going to do today's video there, but I decided against it because the rest of Poole is so cool. Poole is cool. And away off in the distance I can see some houses, and those houses are on sandbanks. Now, that's not just a really nice beach, a nice place to go for the day, but it's also got some of the most expensive real estate anywhere in the UK. I think the average price of a house there is over 1.5 million. Aye. Oh, and I've timed this quite well because the Condor ferry is just leaving the harbour just now. It's one of those fast ferries. I'm not sure where it goes. I'll pop that below just now, but I think that's called a trimaran. And while I'm here, I'll pick up a wee souvenir for Alicia. Lucky girl. Ah, this really is such a beautiful part of the country, isn't it? And water sports are super popular here, as you'll soon see by the number of boats that I'm going to show you. But the average depth of Poole Harbour is 0.48 of a metre. It's quite shallow, isn't it? I don't know, it kind of feels like you're abroad here. The weather certainly helps with that. This building just beside me here is the Poole Old Lifeboat Museum. Now, I'm not sure if it's open yet, but if not, we can pop back later. Here in Poole, they've got the RNLI, I think it's the training college. It's away across the other side of the quay. But the reason I mention it is I think they've got a cafe that's open to the public. That could be our lunch stop. Ah, museum closed. Oh, but it'll be open in about an hour and a half. I'll try to remember and come back, okay? If I don't get too distracted. So what have we got here? From this quay, 60 cutters of the United States Coast Guard Rescue Flotilla 1 departed for the Normandy invasion, 6th of June 1944. Oh, look, you can go for fishing tours. I think there's quite a lot of boat trips around the harbour as well. But I've been in enough boats the last couple of days. Right, we're starting to see some of the big boys now. In fact, I think Sunseeker, the boat builders, they're based in Poole. Now I'm used to seeing these on YouTube on Nick's Aquaholic channel. When you see them up close in person, they're quite impressive. And I'm sure we're going to see some more of them. We'll try and find Sunseeker actually. Oh boy, this place is just my absolute dream. Just over behind this beautiful racing yacht, we've got a couple of Royal Navy ships. Now I think they're patrol vessels. Now, I'm not sure if the Royal Navy are based here in Poole, but you've certainly got Royal Marines Poole, which is just across the bridge in Hamworthy. Ah, and here's another beauty. What's that saying? Tall ships, youth trust. Ah, so they must be teaching the local kids to sail. What an opportunity. And over here it looks like this is where all the boat trips go from. Oh right, so I've finally got my bearings again. This is where I was walking along last night from the ferry, and all these pubs looked really tempting, but I was just too tired to go in. So you've got the Jolly Sailor, you've got the Lord Nelson. How nice are they? Oh look, there's another one of those super yachts. Wow. One day, Steve. Hey, no way, that's a Wetherspoons. That must be the nicest spoons I've ever seen. Breakfast time, Steve. And I've got one of those apps somewhere. Wetherspoons. The Key, I think that's where we are. Yes. And table 1. No full English today, folks, not on a day like this. And you know, say what you want about spoons, but being able to sit here with a view like this and have breakfast for under like £7, it's incredible. Cheers, folks. Ah, it looks like this biggie's about to go. Oh look, Shield Hall, Glasgow. No way. It's all going on here. What a fantastic place. And it's very nice to see an old ship from my hometown, you know. Still going strong. And you can see more about it at ss-shieldhall.co.uk. I think I'll be checking that website later. And when you think these old boats are basically just panels of steel riveted together, you can really see that here. Hey, in fact, this looks like a viewing platform. Sea Music by Sir Anthony Caro. Maybe we can go up here and watch it leave. This'll be a good view, won't it? And as this old girl gets ready to cast off, just behind we've got all the brand new Sunseekers lined up. Which do you prefer, the old or the modern? Hey, I tell you what, this is a big operation. We've got 6 people up here at the bow. We've got about another 10 up on the bridge.
Stand back, can I ask you to move away? Move away, please. See you later, guys.
Cheers.
We miss you already.
Oh, there we go. Perfect. Oh, she's actually getting towed out by this pilot boat. I don't think she can go backwards. And there now we can see the Sunseeker factory in all its glory. Now of course all the finished super yachts are in the water, but it's really interesting to see all the hulls at different stages of construction. Some place that. Hey, look at this old place with the green tiles, and I really do mean old. Now this is the Poole Arms, and it's saying here that it's the oldest pub on the quay, dating from 1635. And I tell you what, after a few pints I'd be knocking my head in that door. The Portsmouth Hoy. Portsmouth? Oh, nice models in the window. The Prince of Wales. I'd love one of these little models, you know. I tell you what, all these old pubs must have some stories to tell. Back when sailing wasn't such a friendly endeavour. And just round the corner here, another couple of gorgeous old pubs. I think I'd like to do a Poole pub crawl, you know. And this one's got a secret walled garden. I tell you, if I didn't have another video to film this afternoon, and a long journey home, and no bed tonight, and no Alicia. Well, the King Charles, which is a more apt name these days, it says 1350. Are they just making all these numbers up? Although, I guess you could say this isn't on the quayside. Maybe that's how they get away with it. And that one down there is the MV Dorset Queen. Do we have a date? Let me see. Oh, there we go, built 1938. That Sunseeker factory is something else, isn't it? I had no idea it was such a big operation. I would love a tour of that place. Of course, that's unlikely ever to happen. It's about as likely as me stepping on board one of those boats. It'll take a few more subs to get one of those, folks. So down in this little corner just before the bridge, we've got the pilot office, we've got the lifeboats, and we've got the Dorset Police Marine section. And this is their boat here. Nice Land Rover. Oh, and here's a wee map. Now, as I say, this is one of the biggest natural harbours anywhere in the world. Where are we? Ah, you are here. So I've basically only seen this little stretch here, but look how much more there is. Oh, and just along the road, the famous Bournemouth Pier. I'm sorry though, I don't have time to go to Bournemouth today, if only. Now traffic has stopped. Is the bridge going up? Maybe. Maybe we've arrived at a perfect time. And I'll just walk back a bit to show you. You see it goes all the way up. And that's it going down again. Now while we were just waiting for the bridge to open, I was speaking to a local and he was telling me something absolutely fascinating. Do you see this little inconspicuous plate here? Well, they can take this off. In fact, here's another one that's open, and the bridge is so finely balanced that they can open and close the bridge by hand using this little mechanism. That's just incredible, isn't it? In fact, he was moaning about the newer bridge, which is just a couple of 100 metres upstream, saying that it's breaking all the time. But the old one, as reliable as ever. That's just typical, isn't it? Look at the big cogs. Aye, they don't make them like they used to. Ah, we've got a bit closer to the Sunseeker factory. Imagine being able to just go in there and take your pick. And there it is, Sunseeker Super Yacht Shipyard. That's where I'll be going to place my order. Can I have the blue one, please? And on the other side of the road, Port of Poole. That's where I arrived yesterday on the Brittany ferry from Cherbourg. And what a journey that was. If you haven't seen that video, it's the previous one on the channel. Alright, let's cross that bridge again and we'll go and try and find the RNLI College. Oh, and look, there's the newer bridge, the one that keeps breaking. Oh, look at all the models. I am not going in there. I think I'll be spending some money. There's more of them. Super yachts just lying about the place. In every corner. And there we go, the modern bridge, which does open, just not very well. Ah yes, there it is folks, the RNLI College. Some place, massive building. In fact, I think there's more. Public viewing area. Let's have a look at what we can see up here. Nothing at all. Some blacked out windows. What's going on? Well, that was pointless. Let's hope the cafe's open. Shop, restaurant and bar open to the public. Perfect. All-weather lifeboat centre. I'm not sure if we're going to see any lifeboats, but we can have a coffee.
Okay, right, we'll grab your stuff and...
Yeah.
Who remembers those old collection tins? I think the boat actually came down the slipway, didn't it? And that's even older than the lifeboat I saw up at Poole. This is like the fancy restaurant, but I think we can go upstairs and just get a coffee. And here's hoping a view as well. Come on, how cool is this place, eh? I can sense we're not going to get any closer, but this is good enough, isn't it? I genuinely can't think of a better place to just sit and watch the world go by, especially when you've got cake, you know? And it's a lovely big slice of lemon drizzle. Perfect. Oh boy, this is so good. Oh, can you see that? That's the bridge opened. That's impressive, to be fair. Oh, I could sit here all day, although I'm never very confident sitting on deck chairs. Now I've got to give it to them. Slipway. That is the best street name ever, isn't it? Over here we've got a little scout hall, but did you know that the whole scout movement was actually born in Poole? And I'll try my best to remember and tell you a bit more about that when we get back down to the quayside. Look at that over there, that's like just the bottom half of a yacht, isn't it? Now there's the statue I was looking for, Robert Baden-Powell. So Baden-Powell had an experimental camp over in Brownsea Island back in 1907, and a few months later the Scout movement was formed, and he's now forever looking out over towards Brownsea. That little museum was fantastic. I'll put some clips in just now. But while I was in there, I heard the guy saying that it's the air show in Bournemouth, either today or tomorrow. I don't know which one he said, but I'm going to miss it. It's such a shame I've got so little time here. I've had lots of recommendations on Instagram of things to do, places to go, and someone was saying go into Rockfish for your fish and chips, and in the toilets they play the shipping forecast. I would have loved to do that if I had more than like 3 hours here in Poole. But I'm going to head up towards the railway station now and just familiarise myself with where that is, because I'll be leaving here just after 3:30 this afternoon, which I say it's such a shame that I need to come back. I always say that as well, don't I? The chip thief. Oh look, the Waverley's coming down here. Ah, that's right, I remember now that that was part of its season. That would have been great to see it in Poole. Alright, so I've found the railway station, and that's where this video will end and the next one will begin, and that's going to be all about getting from the south coast of England to the northeast of Scotland, the big journey home. But let me know what you thought of this one in the comments below. I wasn't really sure about doing it at all, me just wandering about a place that I know nothing about, spraffing a load of rubbish, but that's kind of what I do, isn't it? Thanks for watching, folks. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.